Congressman Joe Sestak is joining us in the studios of WDAS. So much is at stake running for U.S. Senate. A lot of people are feeling a sense of frustration. They're fed up. They're tired. They want to see things get better. And we know that you are here to make a difference.
I really do want to serve. I want to be a public servant, not a politician. You know, and we're sitting here in Philadelphia right now, and, you know, John F. Kennedy said it pretty well. We neglect our cities to our peril, because to neglect our cities is to neglect America. You know, when I walk around and find that only 28% of African-American males graduate from high school, and 43% of African-Americans 18 and below live in poverty, it's the common enterprise of America that suffers. I'm running against somebody who actually opposes legislation for what people call hate crimes, somebody who actually is bent upon going after someone violently because of their race, because of their ethnicity. Congressman Toomey doesn't agree that there should be legislation against that. When he talks about gun control, he says, to me, Congressman Toomey said, gun control is a steady aim. You know, assault weapons, even George Bush supported an assault weapons ban. We have a lot at stake in this election. Congressman Toomey actually, he made a fortune on Wall Street, and I applaud that. But when he went to Washington, he did exactly what we don't want in Washington. He left the Congress and became a lobbyist for a special interest group. But the special interest group was funded by Wall Street. Here's someone who says corporations should have zero taxes, but the rest of us should have a 30% increase in our taxes on some national sales tax, the middle class, the lower income. And so, Patty, I'm working every day to make sure people understand there's a great deal at stake. When I arrived in Congress, it was the year the recession began. I felt like it was my first job on a warship during the Vietnam War era. I was the damage control officer. I felt we had to control the damage. I took some tough votes with this president because it had to be done. But that's what leadership is. But now we have an opportunity. If we change the priorities of Washington to invest in our people, if I saw anything in the military, you bring anyone in, no matter their gender, no matter their ethnicity, no matter their race, and give them an equal opportunity, they can be all they can be. We're not doing that because the focus in Washington has been on those large corporations in Wall Street. And you want to go back even to a more extreme element, and Congressman Toomey is your man. I'd like the opportunity to serve to change that Washington's focus, because America, we're going to compete with China. We need everybody. And you can't just move away from the problem any longer.
Yeah, the cost of living, high unemployment. I mean, all Americans are really feeling what's happening, you know, with our economy. And it really affects everything. It affects families. It affects workplace. People who have jobs are working harder because you're taking on the role of someone who was laid off. See, you know, work doesn't stop when they start with these layoffs. You're getting even more work to do, you know, as they cut in the workforce. So everyone is feeling it. And I think people want to see hope. I think with this rise with the Tea Party, we've got to stop voting for people because they're cute or they're attractive or they come up with cutesy sayings. We need to know who these people are that we're putting into office and not find out later that they're involved in the occult or something crazy. It's just mind-boggling to me. You got to know who you're putting in office, and we as voters, we've got to really educate ourselves and get beyond the negative ads.
You know, you can take Congressman Toomey. He says smaller government, but he's never said what he was going to cut. Now, we know Social Security is on the chopping block for him. He wants to privatize it, put it into Wall Street. But he also voted against health coverage called, as you know, S-CHIP for lower-income children. He voted against Medicaid funding, Medicare funding. And you begin to see less government to him means, wait a moment, just cut. So we have to know, because if we, at this time of pretty tough challenges, all of a sudden lurch and let that right-wing Republican Party, now controlled a bit by those extreme elements of the Tea Party, which Congressman Toomey helped create and actually is a leader of, then we've really done damage to our future. And you said something well. Right now, more women are employed than men. For the first time in America's history, it's a woman's nation. And the impact upon our families is immense. We have to come to grips with that. Second, and this can be valuable if we have the work rules established correctly, not made by, dominated as they have in the last couple of centuries by white males who made the, work rules. And how are we going to come to grips with it? Second is, everybody probably has seen at some time in Pennsylvania the impact of unemployment. It's not just the loss of the job. It's dignity. Imagine going to your child and saying, it's not where I was planning to send you now. And that's what we forget. So when Congressman Toomey said, I support $700 billion of tax cuts unpaid for the top 1%, the richest of the rich, but I oppose $30 billion paid for Medicaid and for even unemployment checks to be extended till we get out of this recession. That's the difference in this. I've yet to meet anyone in Pennsylvania who doesn't want to work. But because government under Bush Toomey's team wasn't an effective government, it was dismantle any rules on Wall Street, let them do what they want. Wealth might trickle down. We're here where we are. They do want to believe again. They do want to hope again. I've got to earn that trust from them, and I want to do it every day after I'm elected, not just before, because I know I'm going to have to earn it, because they have a right to be skeptical today, because Washington has let them down far too many times.
Good luck on Election Day.
Thanks, Patty.
It's weeks away. We must go out and vote. There is so much at stake. Congressman Joe Sestak running for U.S. Senate. It's always good to see you.